guys, I'm back with another video. Today the topic is Palace decks. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they okay? This is going to be my probably opinion. This is what it is, my opinion based on the decks. Okay, I've just get loads of different brands of decks because I'm pretty chubby and I'm super tall, so I go through decks probably more than a really skinny person or a slim person, and that's just me. But yeah, Palace decks, are they good? I've only started skating them fairly recently. I didn't have one when they first come out. You know, Palace came out around about 2009, I think 2010, and they exploded onto the kind of streetwear scene with a lot of people buying it, a lot of celebrities buying into it. And the reason why I didn't buy anything is because I kept seeing people that, I know this is judging people, but it wasn't really a skate brand in my head. It was more of a streetwear brand, and I've seen a lot of people that didn't skate wear the products, which is fine. But to me, at that moment in time in my life, being, how old was I? 16, 17 when they first come out. One, I probably couldn't afford it, and two, it just didn't appeal to me at the time. So I've only recently started buying them because my brother put me onto them. He's like, he likes the brand. He's bought a couple of things in the past, and when he's got back in skateboarding, he tried one. He said, "I really like this deck, Dan. You need to try it out." And I was like, "Oh no, you stay in that hype lane. You stay, a hype boy. Like, I'm not getting involved in that. I'm just going to stick to what I know." And then last year, I started looking at different skaters online. And I was looking at different boards and what they skated. Some people put up posts and they put, what skateboard do you use? What setup do you have? What width deck do you skate? And I've seen a lot of pros that I follow, they skate smaller decks. And at the time I was skating an 8.5. And I was like, oh, what? And I even messaged John Shanahan ages ago in the summer. I was like, yo man, like I was literally said, because I was really into the DC stuff. I was like, you're killing it at the moment. I literally watch all your videos. You inspired me to buy DCs. Just a quick question while I got you: what is your setup? What do you use? What deck do you use? Because I know he skates with DGK, and DGK don't make big decks. They only make, like, the biggest deck I've seen, like width-wise on DGK, was like 8.38. So I was like, does he skate that? And he was like, I skate 7.8, 7.9, 8, and a little bit over 8 sometimes. So he skates at 8. So I was like, right, fuck it, I'm just going to buy a smaller deck. I'm just going to try it out and see what it's like. I've been skating 8.5s and 8.45s for ages. Let's just try something different. So for my birthday, I bought this deck. Palace Benny Fairfax signature model, colourful as shit. It probably looks brand new on the screen, but I haven't been skating it, and unfortunately I don't really do many board slides. Obvious reasons. But I have been skating it for a while, so I thought, let's just buy one. At least if I buy an 8.5, at least I buy this deck, it only cost me £45 instead of spending £60 or £65 on like an all-timers, which I was skating at the time, or on one of the Impact light boards, which I was skating. I got it, and I'm not gonna lie, the first time I used it, I was like, Jesus, this is so small. I was like, what was I thinking? I've got to skate this for the rest of the session now. And I started getting used to it, and getting used to it. And it started holding up. And this is probably my favourite size at the moment I'm skating. I've got other decks that I might have shown you on my Instagram or on a previous video that I've been accumulated. But this deck is one of the best decks I've skated, and it's so cheap compared to other decks I've bought. And I was thinking, man, why didn't I try them earlier? Why didn't I just give them a go? And the reasons why I like it is, one, it's fairly well priced. Like $45.99 in the UK is pretty good for a deck. Most of the time it's including grip tape as well. Two, they feel pretty strong. They have a bit of bend to them, but they also have a bit of, rigidness to them. What I hate in a deck is something that's really super bendy, because that just thinks in my mind, I'm going to snap it. I'm just going to snap this. I don't feel confident. I like something that's kind of sort of rigid, has a little tiny bit of bend in it, and that's what I get with these. The shape's perfect. It's not too concaved in turn. You know, the concave is kind of a medium concave. Like you can feel it, but it's not proper like that. It's got a nice. You can differentiate. You can tell what is the tail and what's the nose. The nose is fairly big. It's not ridiculously big, but you can tell. And the tail is quite short and it's quite steep, which is perfect for me. That's like my perfect thing. You've got to tell which is the nose, which is the tail. I don't like boards which you're like, hang on a minute, is that the nose? Is that the tail? Hang on a minute, they look both the same. That is like the perfect, you know, I guess measurements. If you look at the measurements of this deck, it's my favorite because it, you know, it's so good. The designs are proper good as well. Like, you know, you might not like the artsy fartsy stuff and what I call it, and you like maybe just proper branding, and people might think let's just have a massive palace on their deck, which I get, but I think this fits the palace image. You know, they've been doing this for ages, and I'll show you two other boards I've got here, and it's just, you know, it just feels amazing. I just think it's such a good deck. I'll show you a couple of others. This is one I had given at Christmas. I think I showed you. It's another pretty cool design. Rory Mullane signature. Unfortunately, it was my fault that this snapped. I did a horrible tray flip, and the way I landed was just ridiculous. I literally landed like right on top of the nose. I didn't catch it with my front foot on the nose. I mean, I caught it with my back foot, and I literally stomped down, literally out on the edge, like here, and then whoosh, had my headphones in. I didn't even know at the start, and then, but yeah, that's a sick design as well. And my current setup, exact same shape, Rory Mullane's, cool little hippie sort of 1950s flower power Scooby-Doo design. But yeah, so what I'm trying to get at is, like, this is probably one of my favourite boards I've skated in the last probably 2 years. I'm not going to go all the way back to when I was younger because, you know, it would be fair to go back then, but this is probably up there with one of the best decks I've skated. And what I'm trying to get at is try different things. I would say try different things, because you'll judge a brand based on the skaters, based on, I don't know, the designs. And I think that's what I did. And if I had the same mentality, I wouldn't have ever bought this, and I wouldn't have ever skated it, and I would have gone for other brands. So my thing is just go into buying a deck with an open mind and just try something different, because you never know, it could be the deck that you really enjoy. And try and look past the graphics sometimes. I would, you know, I get you want to buy a graphic that you like, and I get you want to buy a deck that appeals to you. I do honestly get that completely. But you've got to think of it this way. You're not, you know, if you're skating handrails, or if you're skating, you know, anything that slides here, this is going to go. You know, this will eventually go. It's only literally just been, whatever you call it, screen print. I don't know what you call it. This will go, okay? Likewise, this will go if you're doing tail slides, and this will go if you're doing nose slides. So the graphic's going to get ruined eventually. And if you skate hard and you're a younger guy, like I can't skate all the time, I've got work commitments and other stuff, and at the moment, you know, I only skate flat ground and kind of stuff like that. But just try something else, because, you know, don't be, you know, fixated on the graphic, because that's no way the most important thing, in my opinion. The most important thing is how it feels and how long it lasts. And if you can do the tricks on it, you can have an amazing graphic that you love. You get on the board and you can't do anything. What's the point then? What is the point then? You bought the board, you hate it, but you got a nice graphic when you rather it the other way around. So my opinion is, get a feel for it. Look at the deck. If you're in a skate shop, just look at it, feel it, look at the nose, see what it's like, you know. Try and get obviously you have to sometimes try these to get to feel the board, and you have to do a couple of volleys and whatnot. I get that, but if you're in a skate shop, feel it. Have a little feel. See if the nose is big enough. If you're online, look at the measurements. Look at decks you previously liked and you enjoyed, and see if they have the measurements. Most decent skate shops have them. Look at the measurements and see if it would be okay for you, or just, you know, what I'm saying is don't go into buying a deck just based on the graphic and the brand, because I did that for ages and I wouldn't have ever tried Palace, so I didn't put that aside. So in my opinion, Palace are one of the best deck brands out there at the moment. That's my opinion, and it might not work for you. And you might not be able to get past the graphic stuff, which is cool. Everybody's got their own opinion, everything's subjective. Nobody's right or wrong. Whatever works for you works for you. But what I'm saying is, just give it a go. Because I did, and this is like my favourite shape, my favourite board, and I love the feel, you know. Bit artsy fartsy for me, but who cares? No, who cares? I've grown to like it. That looks pretty cool, like, you know. It's so colourful as well. Look at that on the screen. Super colourful. But yeah, Palace. Keep doing what you're doing, because these decks are insane. They're just so good. So if you have any money and you are looking to buy a deck, try Palace. Okay, they have different variations. You know, they have 8.5s all the way down to 8s, and then 8.06, 8.2. They have a lot of different width variations. So give it a go. 9 out of 10 for Palace, because I don't think there's a 10 out of 10 board out there. Try it. But yeah, if you like the video and you like what I've been talking about for the last 12 minutes, got someone at the door then, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out some of my other videos. But yeah, this is DJ H Skate, we out. Go buy a Palace deck. Peace!